Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Rob. This is my Garmin Fenix 5X, which you may have seen me do lots of videos about. And this is my profile here on my Android device, although I think iPhone's pretty much the same. And I wanted to go through the app itself, the information that you get on there, and just one major flaw that I think that was kind of really dawned on me today, being a Monday. So I'll go through this. So you have loads of metric information on here, which is great. It kind of inspires you to push on with your fitness and sort of keep up with it or keep growing. So you have your steps, like you have lots of step counters, and you also have sort of staircases. It's got the stress thing on here. I'm not really sure about this. I'm kind of think this is a bit washy for me. You know, it doesn't seem very professional. Metric, really stress related. I've had times where this thing says that I've not been very stressed on days when I've had extremely stressful occurrences happen. So to be honest, I would forget that altogether. It seems a bit, I don't know. The calories in and out is great, especially if you link it up with your MyFitnessPal. I've gone through a video where you can kind of do a bit of a game where you can almost eat as much as you want as long as you exercise in a way. Obviously it depends, certain foods are not particularly good for you, so you can't just throw anything into your body, but you can kind of play a bit of a game where you kind of always leveling out your calories for every day, which is great that you can track that. Your sleeping, which is another thing I've covered, is fantastic. Kind of really try and keeps you on the ball with making sure that you're trying to get enough sleep. But this is where I wanted to kind of get to, is the totals, the overalls that adds up for yesterday and today, and sort of keeps your eye on how much fitness you're getting throughout the week. The last 7 days, which is great that it does this here on the last 7 days. What happens though on your watch itself, so we can get the light on that particularly well. I'll get the back light on it so you can see it here, is that it kind of resets itself every well, depending on which day you set it to, but sort of every Monday for me. So all my goals, like I've set 300 intensity minutes per week, and so that zeroes down on a Monday, and it's kind of like this deflated kind of thing that you get on. It's like, oh, I've got to do it all over again, which I think could be a bit of a negative. Sort of once, it's a bit kind of like you've done that race, or you've kind of met that goal. Now where do I go? And then you can kind of get into a bit of a slump and lose it. Whereas I think the 7 day, the kind of rolling 7 day thing is far better. So you're trying to keep that sort of goal up, and there's no real end to it. What you don't really want to set is a goal where you get to in 3 months' time, and then that's it, and then you become couch potato after that, and it all disappears. So you kind of do this yo-yo dieting, yo-yo exercising thing, where your kind of exercise levels goes down. And I've noticed that in myself sometimes, where I've kind of just got to a goal and I've kind of pushed myself to like the next level, and I'm going, oh, I can't really beat that. And then because you don't think you're going to beat it again, you've kind of set that as your goal, it kind of just slides downhill from there. So I think setting those goals can be a little bit dangerous for your sort of exercise or health regime, and kind of this rolling 7 day thing is far better to try and focus on that and kind of try and keep those expectations, not trying to really have a massive week, 1 week where you're never going to beat that again. Although we're always trying to sort of push ourselves on a bit further, but that's my sort of little advice, and that's where I think there's just a little bit of a downfall possibly in maybe able to change. I don't know whether there are in the settings whether you can change it for a rolling 7 days. I don't know if anybody knows that, then post it in the comments below. If you agree with me, then I'd like to hear your